Traders, I have a fresh set of ideas for the upcoming week that could make the week rather exciting. In this update, I'm going to explain my exact thought process and share my entry and exit strategies for my top ideas and picks, which I think are all primed for some significant directional moves. Now, as I discussed in detail, and I really thoroughly reviewed the exact trades and executions in my latest Inside Access meeting, the watch list from last week was on point. And with several names that were on the watch list, I had detailed plans, showed my entry and exit targets. They all made significant directional moves and provided some standout opportunities. If you too also want a behind the scenes look at exactly how I execute my ideas, my trades, and those of even other traders on the desk, be sure to check out Inside Access. Now, following last week's ideas, here are some updated plans and some fresh names for the following week. My top ideas for the following week, many of which are in the same names as last week. For example, Nvidia. This is going to be my really top idea along with the overall sector, the overall semi sector. So I'm looking for lower high continuation short in Nvidia as well as semis. Now, last week, the rotation amongst the Magnificent Seven members, the overall market breadth, it was all very telling to me. Notably, I liked the relative weakness on the bounce in the semis relative to the overall market, and some rotation seen in other sectors, some defensive sectors, even the overall tech sector. I like the relative weakness that was displayed in Nvidia along with semis, relative to some breakouts that we saw in Amazon, in Meta, in Tesla, for example. So, while I had a really nice long position, the idea that came from last week's watch list for Nvidia and semis, well, I had a really nice long from around, low 120s into the mid to high 120s and capturing this bounce. I'm now focused on further downside in Nvidia as well as the overall sector. So here's my plan for Nvidia. So I'm already positioned a little bit short with a starter position, but going forward, I'm going to be looking on lower highs on the 15-minute time frame to hold. So I'm going to be looking for lower highs on the 15-minute time frame to hold. So I'm going to be looking for any pops right into a multi-day VWAP, right into potential supply near 125, failure zone 126, and looking for lower highs to fail going forward on that time frame. I would like to put risk on once a trend becomes more evident, once we really start to see some lower highs form and a nice trend to the downside form. I'm going to put risk on for the swing as that develops, and I'm going to be looking to stop out above the previous lower high and looking for a breakdown to add. So I'm going to be targeting a breakdown to add, and for me, that breakdown area to add to what I already have, as well as positioning that I might do further as we get lower highs, that add spot is going to be around 123, key support over the previous multiple days. And if we can break down 123, first area I'm looking at is within 120 right here. This is significant support, and I'm going to be looking to lock in some gains as we come into 120, continue to trail my stop for a move closer to around 115s. 116, 115, just for a move back into this potential zone right here would be the ultimate target for me, but I'm going to be trading my stop and locking in profits and gains along the way. Now, very similar to Nvidia is the overall sector. So watching SMH along with the overall market as well, and very similar to my plan in Nvidia for SMH, what I really like here, obviously the semi-sector ETF, is I like the failed breakout over 263, and we had a failed breakout, failed move higher, fast move low, and I like that we came right back into this range. I like that we closed on Friday right back in the range. And so, that shows me that sellers are still present and there's still a lot of overhead selling pressure. So, I do have a small starter position short already against sort of 265 toward the high of Friday. But I don't have risk on yet, right? I'm looking to add if I see relative weakness in the sector, if I see a breakdown below multi-day support zone, so that's coming in at 257-ish. And if I see some leading names within the sector displaying relative weakness as well, to the overall market, and starting to break support from previous days. So if that happens, then that's where I'm looking to put some risk on. So if we break the previous multi-day support, I'm looking to add. My first zone in which I'm going to be looking to take profits is really within this sort of 250 area right here, previous support. And then thereafter, like I had in Nvidia with that plan, I'm looking to trail my stop. I'm looking to any extensions intraday from VWAP, looking to lock in profits, new lower lows intraday, lock in profits, trail my stop, cover risk, and really just lock in gains. And along with Nvidia and SMH, another favorite of mine looking for a short is going to be an ARM. I like the lower high that we've got on the daily chart now. So, my priority is Nvidia and SMH. You could express your idea overall in SOXL as well. There's several names. You got to pick your poison. For me, I like Nvidia. You could do NVDL too. There's SMH. This is all of the idea materializes. And then there's obviously ARM as well, which I like. Looking for lower highs to short, but it's not a main priority, just an additional name for the watch list. So other ideas, some additional ideas for the week. So FFIE, obviously we all know the deal with this. FFIE had its run during the latest meme bubble, if you'd like to call it that. But really for FFIE, I'm hoping that this can have some form of a secondary push over last 2 weeks' highs. If that can happen, it sets up the ideal opportunity for me, but fairly unlikely. So if we do just get a push back into the sort of 60 area potential overhead and supply, and definitely a failure zone, if we get any push back into this range and a hard failure intraday, I would definitely be open to shorting it versus that high of day and looking for a move back down towards sort of mid to low 40s and eventually 30s for a potential swing trade. I definitely think that that's possible over there. MLGO, very tough one. Definitely caught a lot of people offside the last week. And with MLGO, I'm just really keeping it simple. We've had an uptrend break. We've started to see a change of character here, favoring shorts. But I need to see some significant selling occur. Specifically, I need to see volume as well. So if we do get that change of character, if we get a hold below Friday's support, for example, we're holding below the intraday VWAP, and we're seeing some churning and burning with volume. We're seeing some steady selling and a clear trend change. Then I'd be looking to join momentum to the downside versus trying to short this while it holds above VWAP or a multi-day VWAP. So looking for a steady change there and a change of character. DJT is also interesting to me. On the short side, we had a very nice multi-day bounce. We had steady selling. So if we can get a bounce into around 36 plus a key, what will become a 2-day VWAP, I would definitely be interested in eyeing it for failure and really a 1-day momentum trade to the short side. And then lastly, more of a higher time frame focus of mine that is certainly still shaping up and is not ready for action yet. But XLE, I'm liking this downtrend break, and I'm liking a reclaim, attempt of reclaim here of high time frame moving averages, along with XLF. I'm liking the setup I'm seeing here, some notable breakouts. JPM, for example, we have earnings just around the corner for some leading names, so that's something to watch. And this is an idea which I'm going to talk about and how I position and how I would be looking for entry signals a lot more in detail in my next Inside Access meeting. So that's everything that I have on my watch, coming into the week. These are my top ideas, obviously heavily focused on semis, Nvidia, and then some additional ideas. And obviously, as the week starts and as the week progresses, a lot of new names will pop up onto my radar that warrant action, like Tesla. The long swing I had in Tesla from last week wasn't on my watch list. It set up very nicely beginning of the week, and then I took action. So things pop up. You always got to be on your toes in this market, and of course, risk management comes first. So that's it for this week, guys. Let me know if you have any additional ideas that you would like to add, or perhaps sort of different strategies for the same stocks that I'm watching. Let me know, drop it in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Cheers.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders, some of whom are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus, trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of SMB Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part, you don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.